Hey everybody, welcome to one of the last episodes of Project ATM Star. Now, I say one of the last episodes because this series is almost done. I have a couple more things that I want to do before finishing out this series. And today we are going to be tackling one of them. Hopefully, I can get it all shoved into one episode. I am going in blind doing this stuff. I've never touched it before. I have no idea what to expect. All I know is it's a lot of work. We are doing modern industrialization right here, right now. First time ever touching this entire mod. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so what we are going to do is I'm going to briefly look at the quest line and see exactly what we need to start this. So if we come down to where it says Modern Industrialization, Steam Age, New Beginnings, this is where we need to start. This will take us through everything we need to go into the Bronze Age, past the Bronze Age, and into the Steel Age, which eventually then will work our way into the next phase. And then after that, it will keep tearing down. This is wild. Like, just this one mod alone, Modern Industrialization, has 4 different quest lines to complete it. Like, come on now. So anyways, let's see what we need to start this. So it looks like we need a smart filter. That's weird. We need a hammer of some sort. I will just do a diamond. What is that? Diamond large plates? Diamond plates. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. This is already a lot of stuff. And then we also need this, which requires iron pressure plates. Okay. Interesting. What a very interesting start to this mod. It is already wild. I'm going to do this in the best place possible because I know for a fact I'm going to eventually get lost. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to head on over here. What is that? Oh, random ritual brazier. Okay. I'm going to head over here because I know for a fact I'm going to probably end up using some of these channels. Because I got a ton of them available. So I will end up doing it like right over here. Okay, so first things first, let's just get this forge hammer out of the way. This seems kind of ridiculous. And plunk that down. So we could get rid of that. Let's make some diamond plates. We need 4 of them. Do I need to... No? Okay. Oh no, I need more than that. How many do I need? I need 5 in total. Wow. Okay. Let me just go ahead and make a stack of these. And then that will give me enough to move forward. You could already tell that I'm going kind of insane with this mod, and we just started. Okay, let me get rid of the bee stuff, and let me go back. Did I not have it long enough in my hand? Hold on. There we go. Okay. I love that they put that. Villager trades optional quest. So the villager job block is a forged hammer. Will give you a wide variety of useful trades. You know what? You know what? Yeah, that's right. Yep. We're gonna go kidnap some villagers real quick, because if I know anything, using easy villagers to cheat my way through some of these mods, I'll do it. I have no shame in it. So let's go find a village and kidnap its residents. I gotta see which one is actually has villagers, because I did a lot of kidnapping through this the series. Not all of it ended up on the videos, you know, but I did kidnap quite a few, especially when I was doing the whole Ars Nouveau always day and always clear ritual. Yeah, that took me alone 20 villagers to get to the tablets. Let me turn on gravitational. How far am I? Not very far. Should be right over here. And hopefully this village. Ooh. Hopefully this village has villagers. Um, not gonna lie, not looking promising. Let's take a look. Oh, this is probably, yep, this is the this is the one of the villagers or villages that I ransacked all my white concrete from early early on in the series. Yeah, there's the Ars Nouveau portal structure. Okay, so that means we need to find another village. There's one over here, and I don't think I touched that one. And if I did, I'd be very surprised. So let's jet on over there. Luckily with the mech suit, this goes pretty quick. Nope, I don't want reach around placement because that mod is dumb. Okay, so there are some villagers here, luckily. So let's just let's employ them. They're gonna be making money off of me, so technically this is not kidnapping. You know, this is forced labor. That sounds better compared to kidnapping. Okay, where is that it? Was there just one guy here? Where's everybody at? Were you just manning this? There's a lot of animals here. Oh, there's a couple in the center somewhere. There's a random. Is that a water bee or a mason bee? That's a mason bee. I don't need any more bees unless it's gonna help me with progressing through modern industrialization, which I did. I will tell you guys right now, I did set up a bee for crude oil. Granted, I don't know if that's going to be highly needed, but we'll see. I have it, so hopefully I get to use it. Where are these villagers at? There's like, oh, there. You're a nope. You're a nitwit. I don't want you. Iron gold. There's a priest here. Can't take a priest. Wow, there's no. Oh, there's one right in front of me somewhere. He's walking about somewhere. I don't see him. Is he up high? Is he in here? No? Is he up higher? Good sir, where are you? I see you on my mini-map, but I don't see you actually. You're a baby, but I'll take you. Where's everybody at? This is wild. Okay, let me go ahead and see if I can find a village quickly. And I will bring you back as soon as I get back to the base. Okay, and I'm back. And I found a village shortly after I left you guys, and I pretty much kidnapped everybody, and they are all right here. So I mean, it was a fairly good sized village, and all the villagers are right here, minus the priest and the nitwit. There was like two nitwits, and you know, with nitwits they can't get jobs. So I went ahead and I got all the ones that I could, and I gave them all the forge hammer. So now that they are, as you can see at the top there, it says industrialists. So I don't even know what kind of trades I'm looking for out of this. Does it tell me? This villager will give you a wide variety of useful trades. That tells me absolutely nothing. So I don't know if this was even worth it. I guess one way to find out is to go through a couple of them real quick and see what we kind of get. So we get steel hammers, it's okay. Copper gears, interesting. Okay. That might be useful, possibly. Steel ingot and bronze gear, okay. I think bronze gear is a good steel to take, and I think the steel was as well. Ooh, and steel plate. I think this one's actually pretty good. I don't know, but this stuff looks pretty good. Okay, so a motor and analog circuit. I don't know if those are good. but I'll go ahead and take some of that. Same with the motors. I don't know if those are going to be needed. I'm definitely going to be taking the steel and steel plates because I feel like that will be needed later down the line, especially when we get up into here. Steel plates. So it does look like we could use the different kinds. So hopefully the steel plates that we got here will work good. 10 ingot and fire clay brick. I will take that. Okay. Copper rotor and more copper gears. Good. I don't know why I'm saying good. I know nothing of this mod. Okay. So I think the steel ingot is going to be more or less common. Looks like the steel plates are common too. Let's see. And we got bronze drill. Okay. Grab a couple, quite a bit of these. Jeez. We'll grab some more motors. Like I said, I don't know what I'm expecting to gain from these guys. I don't need any more copper. I'll just take one hammer. How do you know which one's better when they don't have like durability or anything? Like I have a steel I made a diamond hammer, but there's a steel hammer. How do you know which one's better, or it just doesn't matter? Oh, we got bronze on deck now. Okay. I'll take the bronze. Never have enough bronze, that's for sure. Ooh. Ooh, hold up. That's right here. Ooh, okay. So we could probably skip a lot of bronze quickly and go straight to steel. I like that. Let me get some more emeralds. This is not bad. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through all of these villagers and get them all to master. And I'll bring you guys back and show you if I find anything interesting. So far, the best thing that we found in my eyes was those steel upgrades. That was awesome because that will probably make this progression a little bit faster. So anyways, I will cut here and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, and I am back and I got all of them up to master. Now there wasn't anything remarkable or notable other than some of them had the steel upgrade, some of them had the analog circuits, the steel plates and ingots. We have all the gears that you could think of from bronze to steel. You know, we just kept going. We also got the rubber sheets, which I think are pretty good to have as well, and the fire clay bricks. So we have a good lineup here for certain things, and I'm hoping that this will allow us to progress even faster in this mod pack, or not the mod pack, but the mod itself, Modern Industrialization. So let's go ahead and continue with the quest line here. Looks like I'm not sure if this is optional or if it doesn't look like it's needed for anything else, so we're going to skip the steam mining drill. That is a good starting tool to get if you want something that could give you like silk touch early on, and it's very simple. 3 diamonds, some iron, a couple of furnaces, and some copper. So it's not too bad. I've seen others use this and it's very nice, especially with the 3x3 mining on a keybind. So definitely look into that if you don't want to go any other route. And I believe that can mine up all the MOTU if you do have it. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. So 10 dust is what we're looking for. I did grab some 10 ingots, so that should be fine as well. But I also have 10 dust on crusher. So let me grab that. Let's see, yep, that will take us there. And I grabbed a bunch of bronze as well from the villagers. So we could easily skip all that. Let's go ahead and do the bronze boiler. Which looks like we need a bronze tank, some bronze plates, furnace, and some fire clay bricks. Look at that. We already have those two. What a beautiful thing to do. That just allows us to skip straight into it. Grab a stack of those because I know that ain't going to be the last. Yeah, see, that ain't going to be the last time we use these. I'll grab some of those as well just in case. Let me grab a couple of stacks of these because I'm pretty sure. Do I not have any more? Bronze? Maybe if I could spell correctly. I mean, I could make it. Let's make a couple of thousand just cuz. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and grab a couple of stacks of these bronze plates. Perfect. Let's see. Then we need some of these. I'll just grab a stack. And there's our first modern industrialization machine. A bronze boiler. Did that not... I hate when we get things and then we have to hold on to it for like an hour just to get the quest. And then we can put it down finally. Okay, so this is a branch off. So we need to make a bronze furnace. We need to make a bronze macerator, bronze compressor, a bronze mixer. Look at that. We got a lot of these things from the villagers, except for these pipes. We weren't able to get the pipes. But we did, however, get a lot of things like the copper gears and such. So we should be able to kind of power through all this. We'll also need a steam blast furnace, which is actually a multi-block. So let me grab everything here. Oh, goody. More hatches. You know, if it wasn't enough on trying to do this with Forbidden Arcanus, my lord, that was annoying, by the way. Going through that whole process. You could watch me struggle on all that. If you want to go back on my live stream VODs, they are available. However, they are multiple hours long. So if you kind of want something as a background, you know, background noise, maybe you're working or you're studying or whatever, you could definitely throw those on. Like I said, they're a couple hours long. I even did one quite recently, back on Friday the 3rd, which was a 12.5 hour stream. Yeah, that was for my birthday. We weren't able to get everything I wanted to do that day, but the following day I was. I was short on netherite, or I was short on nether stars by about 800,000. So I did a little bit of AFKing, and then the next day during that stream, I was able to get enough to make the Starry Bee. So we have all that. Okay, so we got that. That's going to be our first multi-block, and it looks like it's going to be this guy right over here. And then, of course, the classic coke oven. This I do remember. Also remember how slow it is. It's a little bit of both. Okay, perfect. So let me go ahead and make these real quick. And we already got the boiler, so we need the bronze furnace, which will be easy to make. So we got that. The bronze maciator, which we need bronze machine casing. We'll probably need quite a few of these, actually. Yeah, let's just make one more. Okay. So the bronze masonator, we need fluid pipes, which looks like we need to make a bending machine, or we could use a compressor. Nope, we need a bending machine. Okay, that's fine. So bronze bending machine, we can't even make that. How are we supposed to make this? Oh, I see. So we make it with... Interesting. Okay. So 2 bronze ingot, or if we want to kind of ease up on the recipe, we could do with the hammer. I don't care. I have bronze, a ton of bronze actually. Oh, we could actually get the plates this way too. Ooh. See, I know nothing of this mod. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so it's 2 ingots per plate. Got it. So it's the same as doing the other thing, and I'm pretty sure if we do the what is going on with my glass panes? I'm gonna make a bunch of these real quick. Alright. Can I make fluid pipes now? No, I cannot. Why? Because you require stained glass. Got it. That is definitely good to know. You know, you can't make it easier. You know what? This is kind of getting ridiculous. There. Now can I... Okay, there's the bronze compressor. Also need the macerator, the bronze mixer, the bronze cutting machine. Look at that, we're powering through these machines. All right, so let me go ahead and place these down real quick. I don't know if there's any sort of rhyme or reason to these machines yet, so I'm just going to place them down. They look pretty cool. I like the way they, you know, they at least look pretty cool. I'll give them that. You know, they have a good little design. So we'll see how bad this gets. All right, so we got all of that, and now we need to work on getting our multi-blocks up. So we need one of these. I believe we needed a good amount of these, so I'm just gonna grab a bunch. We need fluid tank, item hatch, item input hatch, sorry. A fluid output hatch, and an item output hatch. Okay, so we have fluid input, item output, fluid output. Missing my fluid or item input. There we go. Okay, so multi-block. How does this go? All multi-blocks are defined by the hatches put in them. Upgrading these hatches in the multi-block will upgrade the machines as a whole. That is good to know. So I'm wondering if that's where these steel upgrades will come in handy with increasing this. So I thought I would have to make a whole new thing, but I guess it's just the hatches that I'm upgrading, what this is telling me. Okay, I mean that's definitely good to know. So coke dust, we need to get, we could do macerator, but we need coke for that, which I think the only way to really get coke is with the coke oven. So let's go ahead and make the coke oven first, seeing that that's probably going to be something that's going to take a little bit longer. Get some bricks. I might need more bricks than that, so I'm just going to make 1,000 of these. And then just do something like that. Okay. And then the bronze bending machine. I don't know if I needed that anymore, but I will take it. Because if it could save us some resources, so be it. I will need to make some more of these hatches. And then fluid output. Perfect. Okay. So does it tell me how to make this? The multi-block can be previewed by holding a wrench. Okay, let's take our wrench out, and this handy dandy little guy. And let's go ahead and plop down the controller. Oh, why is that in the ground? That's disgusting. Let me break this real quick. Like I said, I'm gonna do the coke oven first. There we go. Okay. So this looks fairly easy. If I could place blocks in the right spot. So it's just a 3x3 with the center not filled in, which isn't too bad. Okay. And then I'm going to put the fluid input hatch back here. I'm going to have the item input hatch over here. And then the item output hatch right next to it. And then I'll have the fluid output hatch over here in this corner. Yeah. Okay, that works. Is that it? Is that all I need to do? Shape active. Okay. So now what? Do I just put coal in this thing? Charcoal. Coal. Ooh, I don't have any coal. Hold on. Let me make some coal real quick. Okay, item output, fluid input, fluid output. Does this require steam? So what does this require exactly? Or is this something I need to hit it with a hammer? No? I'm not quite understanding. Okay. So once you've had enough of the bronze machines, you can start working towards making steel. The ultimate goal is to be able to build the quarry, a multi-block that will dig ores for you. The first step is to make coke by heating coal without oxygen. For that, you will need to build a coke oven multi-block. For this first multi-block, you'll need a coke oven itself, of course, 21 bricks, and 3 hatches. An input hatch, an item output hatch, and a fluid input hatch. Optionally, add a fluid output hatch to collect creosote too. Okay. The coke oven block here has a role of a controller. Every multi-block is managed by a controller. Okay, we can optionally add a fluid output hatch for creosote. If we forget one of the hatches, the coke oven will not be able to start. Hold a wrench to see the missing blocks. Okay. We need 21 bricks for this multi-block. Check REI. It says 24 total, but we have 3 hatches, so we only need 21. There are many ways to place the hatches. This is one of them. Once the coke oven says shape valid, fill the fluid input hatch with steam, put coal. Okay, so I need steam. Interesting. Okay. So let's grab the bronze boiler and we'll put it here. And what I'll do is I'll grab our eternal water block. One of them at least. Absolutely love this thing. Okay. So it has water and I'm pretty sure it needs something to burn. I wonder if we could use a lava bucket for this. We can. Okay. And then this is steam, so we need some pipe, I believe. Or no, not pipe. We need tube. Yeah, I think it's a tube. And we could just, nope, not do that. How do I get, do I have to use the actual modern industrial pipe? Oh, that's weird. How do I get steam out? Oh, fluid output, left click to extract. Do I just use a bucket? I am so confused on this. Okay, so we could extract it with a bucket and we could put it in that way. So that works. Not the greatest forms of steam, but I mean, I guess it works for the time being. Okay, cool. And this is working. Wonderful. So yeah, this is making, yep, there it is, coke. Sweet. Okay, so to make the steel, we'll need 2 coke dust. To get coke dust, we need to macerate it, which is right over here, which we could give you some of the steam, throw you in there. You know, this isn't so bad, honestly. I mean, it is a, you know, kind of interesting the way you have to do certain things, but I mean, it's not bad. So I have 1 coke dust. I need 1 more, which, get it right there. Macerator. I like the name. It's a cool name, Macerator. Okay, so we have that. So what else do we need? We need iron dust. Okay, we could easily make that if we don't already have it. We don't. Go ahead and just make a bunch of it. All right. So that got us some uncooked steel dust, which combining the coke dust with iron will give uncooked steel dust. Cooking in the steam blast furnace will yield you steel ingots required for future progression. Okay, so that's definitely good to know. We should probably build that as well. So let me see what that all requires. We don't need the bricks anymore because we have the clay bricks. So just like the other one, I'm going to put this down and this down. And just like I thought, it did need to come up off the ground. And again, this is another 3x3 by 3 with a void in the middle, except for the very bottom block. Oh no, is this a, oh, it's a 3x3 by 4. Okay. Okay. Now we need to add in the hatches. Let's see. So we have an item hatch, fluid hatch. So what I'm going to do is the same thing. We're going to put the item hatch on this side. We'll have the item output hatch right here, the fluid input hatch right here, and for whatever reasons, the fluid output hatch as well. And there we go. This should say valid, which it does. Perfect. Okay, now all we need to do is throw this in here. And I'm pretty sure I need something. I need power or, oh, steam. No, okay. So I need to input steam, which I definitely got some of that. So I'll just put all of that there. Perfect. Let's go take a look at my macerator. I don't remember if I put anything in there. I did not. Let's look over here. We do have another coal coke. How are we doing with... Need some more. We got plenty of it. Perfect. Take a look. And we got steel ingot. Nice. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. So we need a steel plates and steel gear to make a steel casing. So let's go ahead and take care of that. I'm just going to throw all this back into the system. Bring everything back to my hotbar. Okay, so we need steel casing. This one. Oh, and we can use those. That's awesome. That is definitely good to know. And we got plenty of those, so we're good there. Steel machines are twice as much steam as the bronze ones, but they also make up for it with twice the speed increase. Okay. So we got steam quarry, steel packer, steel wire mill, steel unpacker, and the steel alloy smelter. Some of these sound like multi-blocks, but they're not. Are they? No, they're not. So save that one. Save that one. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and create all these machines, and I will be right back with you guys. Speaking of which, Steam Quarry is a multi-block. So I will build this one as well. This one doesn't look too bad. You got the Steam Quarry, which is the controller, the machine casings, the pipe machine casings, and of course the hatches. So once I get these built, I will bring you guys back and we'll get into the rest of it. Okay, and I am back. I got all the steel machines created. I even upgraded my bronze machines to steel. However, you can't upgrade the bronze item and fluid hatches for some weird reason, but I mean, it's fine. The craft is pretty much the same. You're just using steel instead of bronze. I also made the steam quarry. Not sure how to use this. This looks very interesting, and I guess we would put a drill into it. Let me see. I mean, we have some drills. We could test this out real quick. I don't know how much drill this would take. And then fluid, we'll give that a go. And then, oh, it's doing something. So it does like that. What it's doing, I have no idea. What I will do is I'll get a barrel just in case so that this doesn't get clogged up. And hopefully that will just auto output. If not, we'll figure something out. Okay, so it does auto output. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So this is just a really slow quarry. You know, it just give it some steam and it just off it goes. Okay. That's not bad at all. Okay, awesome. So now we got that done. We are getting close to being done with the first quest line. We just need to get some dire wire, rubber and circuit boards, and capacitance and resistance. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, because this will lead us into getting analog circuits, even though thanks to the easy villagers over there, we have those in abundance. Alright, let's take a look. So dire wire, we just got some copper wire from completing this quest. So we just need to focus on copper fine wire, which is through the steel wire mill. And it looks like it's just the copper wire that goes into it. So which one? This one right here. So we put that in. We'll give it a little bit of steam. Also, what I've been doing is I've been letting this go. A bucket of lava goes a long ways. with this thing, and that's awesome. It's 16 buckets, and I've been filling up this ultimate fluid tank with it every so often as soon as it gets full. Okay, so there's our copper fine wire. So that is another quest done. Let's move on to the next. We already have the rubber sheet, again thanks to these guys over here. Let's take a look at the analog circuit board, which looks like copper plate and rubber sheets. So that craft isn't so bad. We could probably get quite a bit of these going. I'll just do a nice little stack there. So that's another quest done. And now we need resistors and capacitors. So this one requires both the copper wire and the copper fine wire. So let's take a look and see if we can make these. So we need paper for this. That should be fairly easy. I'm just going to make 1,000 paper just so I have it. And I will make that. And I need to put some of this stuff away. So that's the resistors. And now the capacitors. We need gold plate and copper wire, which we need to make some more copper wire, which is more copper plates in the wire mill. So again, not too bad. So I could just throw a stack in there and keep this filled up. And we could even time one this, which is really nice. And if we had a automatic way of filling up the steam, it would be even better. And I know eventually we will get to that point. But starting off, you know, we have to do a lot of this manually, and I'm okay with that. So there's that. And then we need some gold plates. And I'm sure if I take, you know, some gold and I come over to, say, the forge hammer. Oh, no, it's not in here. Okay, so that is good to know. I thought I could at least get through that. But if you have create and the press, you could set up a couple of automations and get a bunch of copper and gold plates created. All right, so let's go ahead and make this capacitor now. Not sure how many we're gonna need. I'll just make a couple. And there's that quest. And that leads us to the analog circuit, which again, we already have. So that was an easy quest done. And there you have it. There is the Steam Age New Beginnings quest, all said and done. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an episode per Modern Industrialization quest line. Possibly. It depends on how deep they need to go. You know, if one requires 2 episodes, I will do that. But if I could breeze through them as easy as I did with the Steam Age, then it will be limited to 1 episode. So far, I'm not hating this. I thought I was going to really not enjoy this, but this is actually okay. I'm liking this. After I get done with Modern Industrialization, I will be kicking myself down over to the immersive engineering, because I want to go through this. It's been a long time since I've touched this mod, and the last thing I remember was it was painful. But you know, that was a couple years ago, and I want to give it a try, just like I am with Modern Industrialization. So with that said, and my big bronze wrench here, I'm going to go ahead and call this episode here with basically it is Modern Industrialization Part 1, Steam Age completed. If you liked today's episode and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. It will definitely help out the channel, along with giving it a nice like. And leave down a comment on what your favorite mod is. So far, I think what my favorite mod is definitely going to be AE2 with Mechanism close behind. Anyways, until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.